Seguimos en el Reconectar para nos hablar de sueños para el mundo y qué se necesita para realizarlos. E invitamos una de nuestras grandes inspiradoras. Su presencia es un honor, una alegría para nosotros. Vamos a escuchar Lynne Twist, que es autora del libro El alma del dinero, fundadora del Instituto Soul of Money, es fundadora de Alianza Pachamama y es una gran inspiradora porque tiene la sabiduría de escuchar y realizar sus propios sueños para el mundo y los sueños también de la naturaleza. Le acompaña un querido de nuestro equipo, un soñador y realizador del Interser Journey, Erik Friend. Welcome, Lynne. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Regina. Welcome.
Thank you, Erik.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Regina. Thank you, Luz and Jorge and Natalia and Ana Maria and Erik. Hi. Hi, everybody.
Wonderful. Lynne, it's so great. I'm honored to be here with you. I'm grateful, and I'm just thinking it's so wonderful. This event is a part of a dream that you manifested, but I think what makes it so powerful is when these dreams are collective dreams, when these dreams come from way beyond our own individual experience in life. We are thinking about thinking about dreams. Collective dreams are a radical thing. They're the world, the systems and structures tell us that we're not supposed to dream, that dreams are, stop dreaming. And yet you responded to a dream for the world. And we want to know how that is, because we want to take this dream way beyond and farther.
Oh, well, I'm delighted and honored and ecstatic and thrilled and full of wonder to have the opportunity to talk to you all, and want to start by bowing to the interpreters. Thank God for you. I so appreciate the fact that that you're there making all of these beautiful communications available to languages that we all speak, and thank you so much for allowing me to speak in English. I wish I spoke Spanish and Portuguese and everything. As you know, Erik, and as many of my friends in this gorgeous global gathering know, the Pachamama Alliance itself came from a dream, or you could say a vision, and the Achuar people really dreamed us to them. I think they dreamed all of you to them. I happen to have been the first person that kind of realized I was receiving a dream, not my imagination, perhaps not the first person, but that experience led us to go to the Amazon from San Francisco, California, and have an encounter with the Achuar people who say that they dreamed us there. And I say they dreamed all of you into this wonderful gathering. My experience of this world of dreaming is that it has so much power way beyond what we know. And I think about my grandchildren. If you have children, think about them. If you have grandchildren, think about them. The imagination and creativity and vitality and aliveness that comes from children when they imagine, when they wonder, when they create, when they make believe. And that quality always brings joy. It always brings a kind of a feeling of internal a sovereignty, an experience of knowing that you have creative power. And I think in today's world, because of the pandemic, because of political oppression, because of so much coming at us through the technologies that both are miraculous and somewhat overwhelming, we have sort of suppressed our capacity to dream, where there's so much data, so much information coming at us all the time. With the click of a computer mouse, we can have the information from all of history. And although that's a miracle and fantastic and wonderful, it also interrupts our own capacity, those muscles, those creative juices to invent, to discover, to wonder, to create, which I say is what makes the world, what creates the world. So I love that you're having this meeting. I love the theme of this meeting. I love the idea of interbeing, as Thich Nhat Hanh has said so beautifully in the Awakening the Dreamer Symposium clip that we have of him. I love that Ibero-America is coming together. I see on my screen 126 souls who represent and have in their world hundreds of people each, that we would rehabilitate or recreate or deepen our commitment to dreaming is what Pachamama Alliance is all about in many ways. So I'm very, very happy to be part of this conversation, and particularly happy to have it with you, Erik friend, because you are such a catalyst. I don't think anyone who's in this meeting hasn't been touched by your love, by your productivity, by your dreams for Ibero-America, and by your constant, unwavering beacon of possibility. So what a pleasure to talk to you this morning.
Thank you, Lynn. I spent a lot of time thinking about that, like, what is my dream for the world too? And I realized that my dream is this kind of weaving of dreams, because I get so inspired by the possibility, the opportunity, the honor of being part of so many people's dreams. And, you know, just being able to be that little thread that runs through multiple dreams at the same time is a gift. It's an honor. It's amazing. And connecting back to what you're saying is the possibility of dreaming these times is it's like we're not supposed to dream. I work with a lot of communities that's a physical reality, that we're actually, you know, when people come together to dream, there's actually forcible action that says to people, you can't dream. That can be oppression. And yet there's other of us that are just like in kind of a trance. And I like this idea of the dependence, independence, interdependence, because dependence is like our ability to dream is sort of clouded, and by so many factors, like you're saying, just the click, the amount of information that's all there, but it covers over our dreams. And it's the independence is the opportunity to dream, and then later the possibility of combining those dreams with others. And that's what makes such a powerful possibility for the world, not just dream. So dreaming as an act of rebellion in this world today. That's the possibility of dreaming. And that means there'll be all kinds of forces coming up against us, inside, from within us and from beyond us. And And that's the challenge we're facing, and that's the challenge we have the opportunity of facing today.
Yeah, I agree. In some settings, many settings, the environment, the ecology that we're living in, the social ecology, crushes dreams, actually crushes them. Doesn't just prevent them, it crushes them. And yet, people never lose their capacity to dream, I believe. If you think about the birth of any nation that's part of this wonderful Ibero-America gathering, someone dreamed that nation into existence. When we think about in the United States, Martin Luther King and his "I Have a Dream" speech inspires anybody who hears it. And that kind of reignites our capacity to dream. And I actually think it's our assignment to dream, like our mandate to dream. If you remember for those of you who've taken the Awakening the Dreamer Symposium, and I know a lot of you have led the Awakening the Dreamer Symposium, the metaphor about the caterpillar and the butterfly, if you remember that the caterpillar, when it reaches a particular stage of its evolution, the imaginal cells, in English, that word imaginal cells comes from imagine, which is another way of talking about dreaming. The imaginal cells try to come together and find each other inside of the caterpillar's body. And this is the point when the caterpillar is overconsumptive, totally voracious, eating hundreds of times its own weight, becoming a fat, brown, fuzzy little overconsumptive monster. Yet inside of that beast, that little beast, the imaginal cells, the dreaming cells, their job is to come together. And if enough of them cluster, and they don't become the majority, but just some number, if enough of them cluster, then they become the genetic directors of the caterpillar's future, and all the other cells start to form the nutrient out of which the imaginal cells create the absolute unpredictable miracle of the butterfly. And I know you all know that metaphor, or many of you do. I say you are an imaginal cell. This is a clustering of imaginal cells. And our job is to dream the butterfly. Our job is to dream out of this fuzzy, brown, overconsumptive monster of our culture that's lost its way, that's lost its soul, to dream us out of this form into the unpredictable miracle of the butterfly, the next civilization. And I love the eagle and the condor prophecy, and I'm going to tell you another prophecy that's very fitting. It's Baha'i. It's from the Baha'i people. It's also carried by the Cherokee people, and it's also about birds. And it says that the bird of humanity has two wings, a male wing and a female wing. And the male wing of the bird of humanity has been fully extended and fully expressed for hundreds of years. And the female wing of the bird of humanity has been folded in and not yet fully extended, not yet fully expressed. So the male wing has had to become overdeveloped, over muscular. In fact, it has become violent to keep the bird of humanity afloat. And the bird of humanity has been flying in circles for hundreds and hundreds of years. But in the 21st century, the female wing of the bird of humanity in all of us, the female wing in you and me, the female wing in men and women, will fully extend. The male wing will then relax, and the bird of humanity will soar for the first time in hundreds of years. And I think that's relevant because dreaming is like the feminine aspect of who we are. Planning, producing, making stuff happen is the masculine aspect of who we are, which is very, very important. But it's overdeveloped. It's become violent. And what we want to do is express that feminine aspect to intuition, dreaming, visioning, imagining, and imagining from caring for each other, imagining from collaboration. I think we are co-laboring. I think we're bringing into existence, like labor for a birth process, co-laboring a new human family civilization. And we're going through a very difficult birth canal that's painful, that's upsetting, that has real, if you've had a baby, those of you who are women, it hurts to have a baby. But if you know you're having a baby, you can endure the pain. And so the pain and suffering of our culture is like a birth canal that has labor pains. But I think if we realize what we're doing is giving birth to a new civilization, dreaming into existence, an environmentally sustainable, spiritually fulfilling, socially just human presence on this planet, then we can endure the pain, just like a woman endures the pain because she knows the more it hurts, the closer she is to having a baby. So I feel that that dream will pull us through hard times, pull us through regimes and political nightmares like we're having in the United States and we're having also in Brazil. It will pull us through the pain, the fires. I'm here in California, which is on fire, as the Amazon is on fire. It'll pull us through these difficult times to dream our way into a future that is so vibrant, so exciting, so delicious, that we can endure the birth canal that gets us there.
One of the things that comes up for me in that is that it's about learning to be in the uncertainty. Pat McCabe was with us last week, and she talked about the fact that hope is on the other side of uncertainty. And I'm thinking about all of what you're saying. It's like how to this whole process has all its nitty gritty and its complication and there's a lot of pain in it, but it's like how to be part of that birthing process without, we usually think of like, we're not allowed to dream because we don't have, there's no clarity about where things are going. But it's when we more need to dream than ever, in the uncertainty, dreaming from uncertainty. So. Yeah,
the word resilience is also part of this for me. Resilience and possibility. We have this wonderful series at Pachamama Alliance that I think many people have been part of, Resilience and Possibility. And I learned when we were creating that first series session that the word resilience is rooted in love. That resilience, we become resilient. What feeds resilience is love of life, love of people we care about, love of the journey, and possibility allows the resilience to have a focus. That's like the dream. So I actually really, I'm so grateful that I'm alive to see this incredible time we're living in, the epic challenges and the epic power of realizing that we do have a say. We do have not only a say, but we're in a co-evolutionary relationship, that we're not the subjects of evolution only, we're also the co-evolutionary force. And that's a huge responsibility to future generations. I don't know that previous generations have ever had that privilege or even that awareness, but I think we do. And it's intergenerationally aware. People from all generations can feel it. And our capacity to work together is stronger than ever before. I think about you, Erik, and your family and your sons. And I saw your father on the screen, and you're a 3-generation Pacha family. And you don't just love each other, which is pretty important, but you work together, you produce together, you dream together, you revitalize the world. Everyone who knows you is touched by your family. So I'm a huge advocate for resilience, and I'm a commitment to always, no matter what, generate possibility and the capacity to dream. And that you're doing this work, and you're doing this sort of interbeing rehabilitation of the dreaming muscle, so that we use it more fully than ever, that we strengthen it, that we devote ourselves to having it be powerful, and to not ever let anybody crush our dreams, or even tamp them down. It just makes me happy. It makes me cry. So I love this interbeing gathering, and I love that you're so clear about what's missing and what's needed. And I think you're right on, spot on.
Thank you, Lynne. That's wonderful words. Thank you. Dream rehab. I love that. Well, it's a dream rehab course. I know we only have a couple more minutes with you. I thank you for taking this time out of your day, but maybe we do have about almost 10 more minutes with you. If you could, I don't know if there's questions or anything in the chat, or Regina, do we have anybody that's coming up? Have a little bit here, hear how things are falling on people.
Creo que la invitación ahora es que si alguien quiera hacer una pregunta, traer una inquietación, que levante la mano y abrimos micrófonos. Tenemos que cuidar el tiempo. Tenemos como 8 minutos más con Lynne, un espacio precioso, y invitamos a todos entonces que levanten la mano y traigan preguntas, inquietudes.
Very brief questions so we can hear more of Lynne.
Exactly. I heard silence, Lynne, so I decided to speak. Sorry, my English is not very good, but what silence can bring us, and what does it mean to dream, to realize our dream? Does it make sense?
Yes. Yeah, I love that, the mention of silence, so I'll speak into the silence. Well, I watched a film just 2 nights ago. It's called Social Dilemma, and it's on Netflix. I'm sure it's translated into Spanish or Portuguese, and it's about the impact of social media on our brain, and the dangers of the technological world that we live inside of, the miracle of it and the dangers of it. And one of the things that I really realized is that it's so, because the internet and our devices and social media and Instagram and TikTok and emails and Snapchat and Facebook and all of the other ones that I don't even understand are so powerful that they displace a lot of our own brain power to create. And that the noise or the constant data coming at us is, we're swimming in it. We're actually drowning in it. And to be able to create from our own source, our own relationship with God, our own relationship with life, we need silence. We need to go off of our devices. Now, I'm so grateful we're on them right now so we can talk to each other. So yay, Zoom, yay, internet. I bless the people who invented these extraordinary tools. And we need to manage and monitor our relationship with technology so that we retain our sovereignty, our ownership of our own mind and heart and creative juice. So silence, meditation, turning everything off, sitting in the forest, sitting and being by a lake, by a body of water, by a river, hiking in the mountains, saying nothing, not even listening to a podcast or not listening to a lecture online, or maybe not even listening to music, to allow the silence to nourish our capacity to create and to dream. I love that you asked that, Regina. I was calling you Regina, sorry, Regina. And I think that's really important. And it's hard because you can be sitting in meditation and feel your phone buzz next to you. And you just really want to see, why is that buzzing and who is texting me? It's really hard to disconnect. It's so prevalent. So I really appreciate that recognition, and that I feel the real interbeing that we're all experiencing right now, even though the technology is an addition to it. The interbeing we're experiencing was already there without the technology, and that technology amplifies it rather than technology gives it to us. If we realize this relationship is already there, it is the way the world is, it is the mycelium of the world, and then the internet helps us with that rather than the internet is our connection, then we can value and rest and live and interbe in the silence. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynne.
Well, I want to respect your time. I want to also mention that you talked about the resilience, and of course the Pachamama Alliance has their Resilience and Possibility series. And if I'm right, Monday you're having a presentation that will also be translated, and it's about rights of nature. So that's an open invitation to everybody. So I hope you join us for that. And Lynne, thank you. And I know you have to disconnect, but I know you won't disconnect, that you'll be here. That I know you're here always with us. We always feel your presence, and hopefully in one of the series, we hope to see you again in October or November, somewhere around there. We have plans for you being together with us in this more directly connected way. Always a pleasure, always an honor. You're amazing. You're an inspiration to me and to, I know I don't have to ask, that our whole group is responding to the bigger dream, the deeper dream through your dream and your connection. So thank you deeply.
Well, I just want to say, I see Carolina on the screen and her daughter. I see Andres. I see all my friends. I'm so happy to see all of you. And wow. I want to make a little bit of an announcement that the Pachamama Alliance luncheon event, which we have every year in the fall, is an unluncheon, no food, because it's going to be online and you're all invited. And I just wanted to put it in your calendar now, because we want 5,000 people to join us. 5,000 people, thousands, could be more than that. So we're going to have it on November 19th, from noon to 1:30 in California time. So that's 6 hours from now, wherever you are in the world. And it's the first time that all of us can gather. So it's the Global Community Gathering, November 19th. Please put in your calendar. And it's a Thursday, so it'll be just after you finish this series. So I wanted to make sure to say that, because I'm so excited, because you tell everybody to come. And we're going to have really a remarkable hour and 15-minute program that will redream the world that will redream the world. I hadn't seen that till right now, that's what that event will do. And it'll be after an election, a very important election in the United States. And however that turns out, I know we're going to need to redream the United States and redream the world. So I invite you all to put that on your calendar, to redream your country, your future, your life, your family on November 19th with hopefully thousands of people around the world. Pacha people like yourself, people who care, people who dream, people who love, people who vision, and people who are up to making the world work for everyone with no one and nothing left out. And so thank you, Erik, and thank you, Regina, and thank you, Natalia, and thank you, Jorge, and thank you, Ana Maria, and thank you, Luz, for that beautiful weaving thing. Oh, that was so awesome. And thank you all my friends, the people I know and the people I don't know, for your awesome, awesome commitment. You are the imaginal cells in this world. And we got to do our job. You know, it's a mandate. That's why we were born. That's why we're alive now. It's up to us. And it's not a burden. It's a privilege, and it ennobles our life. So thank you all. Have an awesome, awesome conference and day. I love you.
Thank you so much, Lynne. Thank you so much for inspiring, being with us. And it will be an honor to have you here and to be in touch. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.